What would weigh more, a pound of feathers or a pound of lead? Well, that's a trick question. They would weigh the same because they're both a pound. How would they be different? Well, it would take a lot of feathers to have a pound of feathers, but it wouldn't take as much lead to have a pound of lead. What's the difference in the two? They differ in terms of their density. What is density? Well, density of a substance is a ratio of its mass to its volume. A way to simplify this formula would be to say D is equal to M over V. Density is an intensive property. What does that mean? If you'll recall, intensive properties do not depend on amount. So the density of an object is the same no matter how much of that object you have. The density of water is a constant number, whether you're dealing with a cup of water or a pot of water or a barrel of water or a swimming pool full of water, it always has the same density. Densities are intensive properties. They do not change with amount. Because as you increase the amount, you would increase the mass and you would increase the volume likewise. Therefore, the ratio of the mass to the volume will stay the same. Units of density are typically grams per milliliter. That's the most common units you will see for solids and liquids. They will be reported in terms of grams per milliliter. Sometimes you will also see grams per cubic centimeter. These are the same thing. A milliliter and a cubic centimeter are equal. Sometimes cubic centimeter can be referred to as a cc. You might have heard that if you watch Grey's Anatomy or any kind of medical show, how many cc's they're going to administer. That's a cubic centimeter. That's the same as a milliliter. So, how would we use this formula to solve density problems? Well, let's calculate the mass of a 21.7 milliliter gold nugget. The density of gold is 19.3 grams per milliliter at 25 degrees Celsius. So in this problem, we're given two numbers. We are given a volume and we are given a density, and we're asked to solve for mass. We know that density is equal to mass over volume. Using algebra, we can cross multiply and rearrange this, and we know that mass would be equal to the density times the volume. The density we know is 19.3 grams per milliliter. The volume we were given is 21.7 milliliters. So our answer for mass is 418.81. Are we finished with that answer? No, we have to report the answer to the correct number of significant figures. The problem gave us 21.7, which is 3 sig figs, and 19.3, which is also 3 sig figs. Therefore, our answer must have 3 sig figs. So our answer would be 419. Is that the final answer? No, because it doesn't have units. What units should we include in this answer? We took grams per milliliter and multiplied it by milliliter, so the milliliters is going to cancel, and our answer is in grams. In this example, we calculated the mass of an but the density formula has 3 variables, density, mass, and volume. As long as you know 2 of those variables, you should be able to solve for the third.